there. Are you ready? We're getting ready to do our English. You ready? You prepared? Like I'm prepared at any moment to pull my things out and be ready. You need to be ready to do your English. You're getting ready to look at the story you're going to write, your make-believe story. Let's see how we're going to do that. Just give me a second. Got it. Okay. Make sure they're right so I can pull them out real fast if somebody comes. Whoa, because we don't want to lose them. That was on purpose. Okay, got it. Ha. Okay. Here we go. This says, planning the problem and the solution. Fictional stories tell about a character with a problem. During the story, the character tries to solve the problem. Sometimes the character solves his own problem. Sometimes another character helps him solve it. Usually the problem is solved at the end of the story. Angela thought about... Okay. I realized I set this down, so I have to come get it. Okay, here we go. We're going to finish this. The video camera went off while I was in the middle of teaching, so I have to start it again. Okay, we've already done this side. We're on this side. We are now on page, you get it far enough, 212. Here we go. I'm wrong. I'm on this page. Okay, here we go. I'm on 1211. I finished with the ending the story. Angela thought about the types of problems Bushy might have. Then she thought about how the problem could be solved. Problem was Bushy's acorns were gone. How she resolved it is he found out that Mrs. Chipmunk had found them and baked bread for her children. And so he kind of didn't feel so bad then because he knew it went to a good cause. But that way he didn't just feel like they were gone, somebody took them and he didn't know what happened. Okay, now, think about the kind of problem your character might have. Decide how the problem will be solved. Your character could lose something like a treasure, a friend, or a race. So, get lost. That could be scary. Need something important like money, food, friends. But what do we really need? That's right, water, shelter, right, and food, right? Those are the things we have to have. Okay, have to do something scary, or have to do something hard or very difficult, or have a brother or sister, a friend, or a pet who is in trouble, and you have to rescue them. That's what I did. So just follow my lead. You can do it too. Okay. Now you're going to write your character, and I know you've been thinking about what problem you're going to have and what solution you need to, how you need to fix it. So you need to write what your problem, the character you chose, is going to be. Like my main character was the stick, remember? So I had thought about several different things the stick to do. One of them was that somebody had been kidnapped and they were on a boat out in the middle of the river. And he jumps on a log that's floating by, and he's on the log, and the bad people don't realize that he is on the log because he's a stick. And he goes by, he rescues the ladybug that was captured and put on the boat. And then she jumps onto the log, and they don't notice it. So that is one of the things how I thought about is how the problem was he was going to go rescue a friend. And then the solution was to get on a log and go down and have the ladybug jump off and rescue the ladybug. That was how I had the solution solved. But you can do many different things with what you're going to do. You can't do what I just said. You have to have your own ideas. And there's so many ideas out there. There's never an end of ideas. So I know you've got great imagination, so use it. Now, on the next page, page 212, we are going to talk about the setting. The setting of a story tells when and where the story takes place. Angela's story takes place in the woods, right? Because the lost acorn, the little squirrel named Brushy could not find the acorn, that he had put them in a secret hole in the biggest tree in the woods. But now they were gone. So we know he was out in the woods, plus most squirrels and chipmunks and stuff like that, if they're not the city ones, generally out in the woods there's a ton of them, because that's where naturally they're supposed to be. So the setting is the woods. Now in this, when we know Zachary's place was in his bedroom or in his house, because he couldn't go to the ball field, which is where he wanted to be, and that would have been a setting if he were playing ball. But it said the setting is in his house. It says, underline the words that tell where and when the Zachary story takes place. So, it says, a surprise for Jake. Jake loved to play basketball. He played with his friends every Saturday when he got sick. He had to stay in the house all day. So what day was it? Saturday. Where was he? In the house. So this is where he was. You need to have a definitely, when you're writing, let the people know where they're going to be at. Right away in the very beginning, you want them to know where this story takes place so they can start imagining it. Okay, now, on down here it talks about, here are some ideas too, for the time and the place. I mean, was it in the morning, the afternoon, at night? Was it a long time ago when there were knights at the round table? Or was it, where, they lived in, back in the Bible times? Or was it, the 50s where the girls wore the big hoop skirts and the boys slicked their hair back? I mean, where was it? Where was it that they had these things? Okay, now, or was it in the future where you're walking and you're with the robots and you're kind of like the Guardian of the Galaxy kind of thing? Okay, what is it? Where is it this is take place? What time? Okay, or is it just in our time? You're just talking about now, our time. Okay, also the places. Did this happen in the ocean on the top, like you're floating in a boat? Did it happen under the water? Did it happen way down deep in the sea? Did it happen on a mountain or a hill? Did it happen in a castle in England or Ireland or somewhere over there? Did it happen in a backyard? Was it down in the grass like you're a bug? Or was it just playing in the backyard camping out? Did it happen in an airplane? So did it happen on a train? Where did it happen? So did it happen in a kitchen or a bedroom or in a basement? Where did it happen at? The way you describe it, that helps people's imaginations as they're reading something, want to keep reading and to think about what they imagine it to be. So, now, let's think about what the setting goes best with the character you have chosen and his problem. Choose the setting for your story. Finish the sentence with your setting ideas. My story will take place. And that's on the bottom here. And think about where you want your story to take place. It can be one of these places. It can be somewhere else. It might be something really kind of crazy. So you just have to use something. It has to be tasteful, but it has to be a very good imagination. And I know many of you, seen all the stuff you draw, you've got some serious imaginations going on. So I know you can do it. So put your mind to it and just really think, because you've been practicing all year. You've learned many different things, and now you're getting ready to write a make-believe story, a fiction story, which should be pretty interesting. And who knows, maybe one day you'll write something like a book that has chapters, and people will be reading your books and going, ooh, cool. So just because you started to learn to write, so you can do it, I know you can. So just prepare yourself, just like I prepared myself for this video, and you get it ready, and you do it.